Love is in the air at the Arconia, or is that the smell of murder? Hey there everyone, your old pal Jason here. Let's talk Only Murders in the Building, Season 3. Today, of course, I'll be talking about Episode 5, titled, Ah Love. Now, at the top of the video, I'll talk clues, Easter eggs, theories, and suspects, and at the end of the video, I will give my review. That, of course, being said, I will be talking spoilers on the episode, so if you haven't seen it yet, stop the video, head over to Hulu, check it out, and come on back, and we can talk about it. But now that we're past the spoiler warning, let's get back to sleuthing, shall we? Right off the bat, of course, let's talk Easter eggs. The Easter egg in this episode is right after the camera pans to the rooftop, just at the back on the skyline. You'll see two smoke hearts coming out of the smokestacks, of course, being the theme of this episode, love. Following the fallout of last week's revelation that the lipstick used to write the words effing pig on Ben's mirror in his dressing room belonged to Joy, all eyes are on her now. So Charles has the uncomfortable task of interrogating his now fiancée, whom, of course, he proposed to on accident. And things, of course, do get pretty uncomfortable when he starts to ask her questions. Fortunately, Zaz, his stunt double, comes in to save the day. Joy goes off feeling dejected to taste cakes on her own, leaving Charles alone with Zaz to face his own demons. Meanwhile, Oliver is having his first date with Loretta at her apartment, where she's cooking pork chops in her oven, which she's not normally used to doing, making them really tough to chew through, so much so that Oliver bites one of his teeth off. This, of course, leads to a conversation about pigs, all the pig roles that Loretta has played, and she just lets out the term effing pig, referring to Ben as an effing pig. As things start to get uncomfortable, Loretta senses the tension and decides to take Oliver out on an adventure. Meanwhile, Mabel is going on a stakeout with Taubert. When she arrives, she finds out that Taubert tricked her into going on a date with her by claiming that Jonathan was his prime suspect. Now, Jonathan, of course, is performing at the nightclub, and after the two have a little bit of bonding, they notice that Jonathan is talking to a strange guy off in the corner. After giving this man an envelope, this man gives him a piece of paper. Now, they're trying to, of course, figure out who it is, and Taubert creates a commotion which gets their attention. But it helps Taubert identify this man as Dr. C, one of those hush-hush physicians that Ben used to have, where he'd ask him for prescriptions or whatever, that sort of thing. That has made Jonathan their person of interest. Now back to Oliver and Loretta's date, where Loretta has taken Oliver onto the ferry, and after partaking, they realize they've been in the same circles all along, and it is then that Loretta reveals that the reason she referred to Ben as an effing pig is because she said that to his face during an altercation where he accused her of being a stalker and wanting to get into the show to upstage her, and things got physical, things got uncomfortable. Oliver, of course, feels bad. That's when Loretta reveals that she took him on the ferry so that he can throw his tooth under the bridge and make a wish. Back at Charles's apartment, Zaz helps Charles figure out that the reason why he's so adamant that Joy is a killer or not the killer is because he's very uncomfortable with himself and feel he doesn't deserve to be happy. So that's why he's not fully committing to his relationship with Joy. Joy comes home with cake samples. Charles tells her all of this, and she tells her side of the story, where a panicky Howard brought her backstage so she could put makeup over a red mark on Ben's face, and in all that commotion, the lipstick must have popped out of her case and fell on the table. It's, of course, then that Charles tells her that he was the one who gave Ben the red mark because he saw Loretta and Ben having an altercation backstage and stepped in, and with the building tension between the two of them, punched Ben in the face. Then it gets to the uncomfortable place where he reveals that he didn't actually mean to propose. He accidentally proposed, and it leaves Joy feeling heartbroken, and she throws the cake into his chest and tells him that the engagement is off. Mabel, feeling she's built enough of a connection with Talbot, is comfortable enough to let him in and shows him the murder board, and the two of them, of course, have a moment. They have settled on Jonathan as their person of interest because of the Dr. C connection. And finally, getting back to Oliver and Loretta, who have wound up back in her apartment, and after what we can assume is a moment of passion, she decides to go make a bath, and Oliver decides to explore her apartment, where he finds a scrapbook filled with newspaper clippings of Ben, revealing that, of course, she has been stalking him this entire time. Now, I was not surprised by all this Loretta stuff. I was wondering when they'd get to things like this. She's kind of been in the background for most of these episodes. I was wondering when they'd bring her into focus, and when they brought her into focus, what we would see. Loretta is still my prime suspect. The Jonathan angle, I think, is very simple. He might just be asking for, like, super prescription meds for his allergies because, of course, he's dating Howard, who has a cat. And Howard has not gotten rid of said cat, and we all know that Jonathan is deathly allergic. So I feel like that's just kind of a dead end. But we'll see. We'll see where they go with that one. But I'm still sticking with Loretta. Loretta is still my prime suspect. Of course, I really thought this was a lot of fun. It was a good cat and mouse sort of episode, especially with Oliver and Loretta. I thought the stuff between Zaz and Charles was always a lot of fun. I love seeing the two of them together. Steve Martin and Jane Lynch are just absolutely hilarious, especially when they mirror each other. I thought that was fun. So really, I thought this was a really fun episode. I can't wait to see where some of these paths lead in the latter half of the season. But that's, of course, my thoughts on Only Murders in the Building, Season 3, Episode 5, Love. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Were there some clues I might have missed? Do you have another suspect in mind? Any theories? I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the like button. You want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe. Click on that notification bell so you get updates on all my future videos, especially my Only Murders in the Building videos. You can also follow my social media pages. Links are down in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.